all of it. And there are some absolute bangers in here, but there's some absolute stupid shit.
Also, because you're in a mirror, they actually made a mirrored version of everything.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the clothes in the first game as much as the clothes in the second. So what I ended up playing, I think I went with that black shirt you passed that was the star and the blue jacket.
Because this is a New Game Plus, I went out of my way to get everything. There are some cool ones towards the end, though.
Yes, there are. They're like
Fumitsu.
Oh yeah, the
Fumitsu shirts.
I forgot about that.
What?
I forgot there were the Famitsu shirts. Because that's a Japanese magazine.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the Famitsu logo.
Yeah. I got the Famitsu logo just to...
Well, we can't show everything. I would recommend changing between, like, a few shirts and shit between missions. I basically went, like, nearly all blue for everything, because there wasn't green shit, so I went with blue glasses and then the, blue jacket.
There are some cool...
I think number 8 is the one Yeah, number 8.
Yeah.
That's the jacket I rocked. You know, the funny thing is, there are 10 jackets. No, there are 10 jackets, and there are 10 rings. You could change your jacket for every mission, and we can show all of the jackets.
Actually...
If we're doing that, we go in order. We showed that for rank 10. For rank... so for the next...
You know what? That's a dumb fun idea.
And we can do the same as the pants, except for 2. So pick the 2 you hate the most, and we're not going to show those off, unless we show shit off for a side mission. That's the other thing we could do if we really wanted to, is show some things off in side missions.
Yeah, because there's also... Let's go. Down the line, man. You can change weapons, but I have...
So, like... Yeah.
Yeah, Bloody Berry, it's the Tsubaki, it's the Mark II,
and the Mark
III. But I'm keeping the fucking Mark III.
We can keep the Mark III for standard missions. If you want to, you could show off the other beam katanas at least once for side missions.
Out we go. Would be... I do love this game. Yeah. Okay, sweet.
Oh, that, like... that's where you have
I know.
No, like... That is incredibly hilarious that that happened because of what's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The next fight has been arranged. You don't have a lot of time, so I'll just tell you what you need to know. The 9th ranked assassin is currently Dr. Peace.
Peace.
A doctor?
Actually,
he's a detective.
A dirty and unscrupulous detective with plenty of dark...
Dr. Peace, the detective.
Illegal investigations, illicit sales...
I do love this game. I recommend playing this game, but Christ almighty, was it kind of a slog to beat initially. Because... kind of talking over the game, but we'll...
This is something I learned from the best friend play. This is why you always turn on subtitles.
Mm-hmm. Basically, the thing about this game is... this bullshit.
Yeah.
You have to pay entry fees to fight the assassins. You cannot just play the story. What?
And big controversial opinion, this is padding. I don't care what the developers say, this is padding and is stupid.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit, I can agree with that. Because the other thing money is used for is buying those weapons and your clothes and stuff.
Oh.
And the thing about the way this game works, they want you to go do odd jobs to get money to then pay for ranks, but because I carried over New Game Plus, I carried over...
And that's why we carried shit over. Also, did you change the jacket? Because he's in a red jacket, and that looks like his starting one, but... And we can check it. We're still gonna have to go through a few tutorial things before we can technically do the, like, one mission, so we're right next to the motel, we can...
So here's on.
We can change that if we do need to.
Just to show it off, this is the...
Well, I think even on a New Game Plus, I think you at least have to come in. Holy shit, we have all of them! That makes it even better!
Meaning... Where's the one?
It's the one that... The one you're looking for is... It doesn't list a reward, it lists...
No.
No, wait, it does list a reward.
I thought it was this one.
I believe it is.
Hold on.
Oh, this makes it even better!
Oh, fuck yeah. Because I carried over the New Game Plus, I get to keep all the freaking job listings.
I thought that shit was going to reset.
Meaning, if I'm right... Whose time is it? Looks like it is. Oh, yep. This is not something you...
Because another thing I sort of wanted us to do was show every, like, odd job and assassin mission once. Like, just play them once. To try and show them off.
Might do that towards the end to give people a basic idea. This is the best money grinding one.
Okay, one of the best.
You know what I mean.
Because shit is open, now I guess it's saying, in the normal game you unlock this mission around the end of the game. It's like a 3-minute mission, but if you have this weapon and you almost exclusively kill everyone with that charge attack, you can easily kill around 100, like 20 to 30, depending on how many you catch at once, and make a seriously large amount of money out of this. The other good grinding mission you gain access to around the middle of... The other good grinding mission you gain access to around the middle of the game is a mission where, and I believe it's the one of the rewards that it, like, is a secret or something, because it's a mission that you have to kill 100 guys. So
even just doing
because you have to, the mission where you have to kill 100,
even if you're just kind of attacking these dudes,
the charge attack thing, what made that good is how easily you can go to like 120.
Damn it! Not the best with that.
To do that charging thing, you sort of have to basically start it from like as soon as the mission begins. You basically have to start it like as soon as the mission it begins, and then because you killed all of them at the like spawn, you then basically get in a pattern where you're charging immediately after you kill everyone. Everyone respawns and while you're charging, and you repeat that pattern.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, there's a mission around the middle of the game where you kill like 100 people. That mission where you kill 100, the amount of money you get out of it is ow. Damn it.
The amount of money you get out of
Game kills my hands sometimes.
that's the other. Well, that's the other reason though relying on the charge is good, because you're not swinging. You're just pressing the A button.
Hey, give me bullshit.
Because we do have the Wii version of this game. I swear, like, on the Wii version, realizing you could do...
Oh yeah, if I had done it better, I could have easily...
Like, look at that, even it was fucking it up, you got around 100. That's what I said, you get around 120 or so to maybe 130, depending on how good you do. Also, in the Wii version, I swear I was able to get like 130 on that, because killing so many enemies at once and the blood splatter would slow the game down so much that would give you a good opportunity to charge again.
Ow. Damn it. Fucking motion controls. It's the one thing where, because of how my hands sit in sort of awkward shape of Joy-Cons, because we have some hereditary arthritis. Okay. So, generally, you wouldn't have access to a mission like that.
Yeah, I said that mission is... They give it to you ridiculously late in the game.
Yeah.
Before that, I said the 100 mission is the best grinding mission. Because it has a set amount of money when you complete it, but you're killing 100 guys. So you have to factor in all the money you get from killing the 100 enemies, and that one ends up pretty decent.
Yeah, that's how you drift. Okay. Trying to get used to the bike control. And yes, you can crash. When you have the money you need... This is me also just trying to readjust my freaking hands.
I also have a, like... The other reason I recommended for this, I kind of wanted to do the showing off, like...
The complete wrong fucking way.
You have a map.
I realized that, but I was... It was over here. I just took the wrong road and got mixed off on the map because it's been a minute. Because you need to go to the ATM, which is by the motel. It's right here. To deposit. The thing about that one job, I made almost the required money for this job.
Well, that was the other reason I wanted to, as we do missions, show off, like, one assassin mission and one odd job basically tied to something so that we would still be making money, because if we basically... If you run off the built-up money you have...
It will drain, yes. I know.
So that's the other reason I recommend to do that now.
Well, the thing is, if I absolutely need to...
Because we now know that we have everything, going and playing the one mission a few times. Because even getting a...
I can get better at the...
Even getting a crap score, and by crap in quotations I mean like 80 or... So...
The next fight has been prepared. Destroy Stadium. Dr. Peace is waiting for you.
You also have to remember, as we play this, I'm going to make...
We're gonna get money out of the assassin missions themselves, and... wait.
What?
It said when you go back to the motel to check the jacket thing.
I technically set it back to the default jacket.
So, we are going to wear a jacket every mission to try and show off as much clothing as possible. Yeah, it was on the default.
Cause I could just grab the black jacket.
Yeah, I guess we gotta go in order and try to show shit off then.
Okay. Not gonna record too long. Show off some of the different missions and stuff. That one mission is really good, especially if you are able to get...
Like, honestly, I feel for the most part to make really good money off that, you need light. You only need light to kill around 80 or so.
80 was fine.
And that's
I've gone beyond 80 just killing...
I'm pretty sure, and
No, I've gone well over 80 just killing more conventionally. I just screwed up on the charge attack shit.
I think I had on the Wii
Charge attack shit.
like on the Wii version, and this was after like on the Wii version. I swear I was able to in that fucking mission. And now the game doesn't keep track of individual scores, which really sucks. I wish it fucking did, so I could have visual proof of this to know that I'm not Mandela affecting. I got so good at optimizing that, and I was not only so good at optimizing, the Wii version again slowed down so much from all the blood splatter. I swear I was able to get close to 150 kills on that. It was like 148 or something. And this version running better, I couldn't get anywhere near that number. The best I can get playing like this version perfectly is around like 120 or so. You have to go around destroy
I realize it was the first.
That's the kind of dumb thing about. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Besides the I feel paying the amount of money being padding. The other
yeah, because there's the main entrance where I was looking for was this. It's up here.
The other thing on text-to-speech. That's a text-to-speech program commonly in Apple computers.
Yeah.
So if you have an Apple device, you might have that. I don't remember what it was called. Anyway, the open world in this game is also fucking padding. Because I feel the overworld in this game doesn't have enough in it to justify its existence. Which that's why I think that No More Heroes 2 is a better game, because it just trims the fat of the first game.
Oh.
But then that's when you'll get the stupid, pretentious people. Suda's vision. The odd jobs are supposed to be a reflection of the developers having to
deal with odd jobs
to make ends meet. I play video games to escape reality, not mirror it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, even that means I believe there's still someone alive.
Or I went the complete wrong way.
Seems to have been both.
Hey, boys! Don't get too excited, boys! Those were the easy ones!
I know this... Wait, this was supposed to be when that minigame happened.
What?
This is the hallway that minigame was supposed to happen in, but it didn't.
Flippy dippy bullshit!
anyway, the other, like, thing, this is something we've, talked about before in...
Now the gate opens.
Oh, I believe the minigame thing comes through. This is something else we talked about in other playthroughs and shit. I don't care what the context of it is. Designing your game badly intentionally or making something unfun intentionally is just fucking stupid.
Oh, yeah. Hill I'm willing to die on, too. I just wanted to record this so we could...
That's like another thing. The assassin mission and odd jobs on their own, I don't have a problem with most of them on their own. That is something, well, I think the second game is generally better. Two things I will say. One, the back half of the second game, you can just, like, feel the budget hitting the single digits. And the other thing is, now granted this is a Switch version problem, I think the odd jobs in this game are better. Which is funny, because I think most people think the minigames are better. But the reason I think the odd jobs in this game are better is in this game they're generally short enough to be unintrusive. I feel in the second game
This is what you were thinking of?
some of the odd jobs I feel in the second game get a bit too long.
You just play baseball for no reason.
But wait, you have a beam katana, shouldn't you just slice the ball?
I'm holding it like a bat. You get, if you're hard enough at the swing...
Yes, you can hit all of them in a single go.
God damn it.
I think if you're playing this on Steam, or...
Ah!
Has this re-release been put on the PS4 yet, or is it just Steam?
I think it's just Steam.
I think there's a Steam achievement for doing
That...
in one hit.
I just have problems with doing that.
Well, actually, that leads to a funny thing, and I believe this is, in some cases, what's fucking it all to be good, because it moves this to segue to the point I wanted to, which is why I think the mini-games are generally better in this game as opposed to the sequel. One, in the second game, I feel like some of the mini-games, like I said, overstay their welcome just a tiny bit. And besides that, the other problem, and I think this affects the baseball game in this game as well. No More Heroes 1 and 2, originally on the Wii, were 30 FPS. This re-release bumped them up
to 60, yeah.
This is one of those games that tied animations
and stuff to
frame rate.
Yeah.
Because of that, some mini-games in the second game are a lot harder than they should be because they're at double speed.
Yeah.
That baseball mini-game is, I believe, also affected by that.
Oh, come on, I'm just trying to be cool.
Because in also besides the frame rate, funny. I talked
about exactly that.
That's why I.
You stay at the baseball game.
Well, another thing that unfortunately affects this one.
Oh, damn it! Oh, come on!
I said I believe it was made faster than it's supposed to be. Another thing that affects that, well, this game registers motion inputs correctly most of the time. There are a few times it will fall on things a little, because the original Wii used a different type of motion tracker versus what the Joy-Cons are using, which is a gyro sensor.
The Joy-Cons are gyro, where the Wii used a combination of AR and some other stuff.
So the Wii, like, basically, the Wii had...
pausing because of my damn hands. Ow.
The Wii had a different form of motion tracking. And that does affect some games that use the Wii.
And this is just a personal thing. I cannot get super comfortable holding just Joy-Cons on their own. That's more of a me problem.
I didn't have a problem, but then again, I'm standing, I would rest my hands on my legs. And like I said, also try and reduce basically motion fatigue. Like,
it's not motion fatigue inherently. What my fucking problem is, and this is just something with my hands because of the stupid shape of Joy-Cons. I cannot comfortably hold these damn things.
I haven't had that problem.
Like, with the Joy-Con grip, that I can comfortably hold. Joy-Cons I can't comfortably hold, and it's because their form factor is just kind of bizarre. So I have a weird problem where I can't comfortably hold these things without just kind of killing my hands.
Like I said, I have that problem, but then, again, because I sit basically on this, like, bench instead of sitting in that chair when I sit here, my, hands are just resting on my legs, like I'm doing right now.
Cranberry chocolate sundae.
It's just a weird personal thing.
Did that enemy just, like, snap into a... They're just, like, snapping into scared positions.
Yes.
I've never seen that. Huh.
Rumpus power.
So...
Oh, damn it. Fucking... You guys with the beam katanas. Flippy dippy bullshit! It plays fine, it's just Joy-Cons are a little bit bizarre where it's because my fingers are really long. So, unlike certain other controllers that are more ergonomically designed, I have this minor issue of being able to
Travis, hello? The moment you step onto the field,
hold on to these things.
if you win, you will be ranked 9th. If you lose, well, there's no need to go into that. Need to pop a breath mint? Hit the restroom? Brush your teeth? When you are ready, step inside. To be honest, your chances of survival are slim, but trust your force and head for the Garden of Madness.
Help. Okay. They're not the... I mean, Joy-Cons are mostly fine. I just have, like, it's funny to explain it this way, but this is what causes the problem. I have really long fingers, so when I'm holding the Joy-Cons, my fingers are in a weird position. And it just hurts the side of my hand. Also, you can keep getting the health and stuff. Yeah.
Your health is maxed out. You don't need to
Yeah.
save again.
I got turned around. That was. Okay. Not gonna play this too long.
Why does this song not have subtitles? Wait, it's supposed to have subtitles, isn't it?
No,
Not even in the Wii version?
I'm pretty sure no.
That's kind of dick.
Okay.
Thank you. Mighty kind of you.
Nice set of pipes you got there, old man.
It has always been my dream to perform in a stadium such as this. A gentleman from the association told me I could have any stage I wanted today. How could I refuse such a kind offer?
Courtesy of me and my entry
I
fee.
love
no doubt.
this
My
fucking
ex-wife
cutscene.
called me the other day, and I met my daughter for the first time in 10 years. We dined at a fancy restaurant, one of those that are impossible to get a reservation for. And then afterwards, karaoke.
Who got you the reservation?
The association took care of it, of course.
Fuck. My entry
Like him just thinking that the entry fees before.
It's not the fact the reservations
The entry fees are bullshit.
Yeah.
In fact, no one gets reservations.
It's,
The words
it's almost like this is a giant
reservations
scam or
apply
something.
only to those
Yeah, you're
outside of the
crazy.
circle.
Yeah.
Getting into that circle matters.
and the food. Good?
Unfortunately, the atmosphere was a facade. Not once did my own daughter look me in the eye. Oh, the food tasted like blood.
You're a junkie for blood, old man.
Sadly, I can't disagree. There's only one way to live. People like us, we're sharks attracted to blood. You smelled blood too, didn't you? Isn't that why you're here?
You got it, old man. And for some reason, I feel this sense of euphoria.
Don't die on me too quickly. I want to gorge myself on this sense of fulfillment till I vomit.
Here we go.
Man, this is what I live for. Fighting your own kind. Nothing's more gratifying.
See you on the other side.
How the fuck do you make exploding bullets? Okay, this is the fight where Lock-On is your friend. Because he has a gun, so his, like... He'll fire a volley of shots and then you can hit him. Turn to read. Reload, start the damage, repeat until his health dies. Most of the time I found you don't, like...
Because of the
Most of the time I found when he does the quick, like, the big quick shot, if you're just walking around him when he does that, you are generally faster, you don't need the dodge roll. See?
flippy dippy was it?
A fight is fairly simple and straightforward, it's just, again, the biggest problem is his fucking health. Like, that was amazing. You realize what was going on there, right? Alright.
Fuck you.
Hold on. You're good. Quick time events coming up. If you fuck it up, you die.
Playtime.
Backing up. Isn't this just a button prompt?
Yes, it is a single button.
Isn't it A or is it random?
I believe it's random. B.
Oh,
I believe
that was fast.
if you fuck that up, I believe that is an instant kill, and you have to restart the boss. Oh, all of these, especially if you abuse the spin attack, are going to be ridiculously fast. But the problem is, if we were doing this the other way, like, that boss would have taken like 3 minutes fucking longer.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to record just a little bit.
It's open mic night in hell, old man. Sing all you want down there.
If we do 2 missions a recording, that's 5 recordings, because there are 10 missions, so... Good stuff. Yeah, man.
That was fast.
Yeah, all of these are going to, especially if you abuse the charge attack, they're all going to be ridiculously fast, but I feel unfortunately, like, the problem would be in the exact opposite direction if we weren't doing this. Like, even if we were playing on New Game Plus to have all of the strength upgrades, because it's something else we don't get to show, is you can go to the gym and upgrade your strength and combo.
And health.
Oh yeah, all 3.
You get extra health on top of the health you're getting for the bosses.
No.
But the thing is, and this is funny as hell, because of the janky thing that the one spinny charge attack does, despite the fact that it's making that sort of tinking...
I was going to say, like, the reason I said that's amazing, it was making the tinking noise like they were supposed to have iframes, but you still did damage.
Yeah. That happened in the first boss, too.
Does that move ignore iframes?
Seems to.
It's even better!
Don't quote me on that. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, I actually have 2 questions. I'm not sure how controversial these questions are, but I thought they would both be fun topics in their own right. So, anyway, the first question, because we were talking about it as a contention point, how do you feel about the game forcing you to do the odd jobs in order to get money, in order to pay for the assassin missions, which essentially means you need to do odd jobs in order to pay for story progression? I don't care what Suda says, and I don't care what the few oddballs that defend this stupid decision say. All this does is basically make the game really, really, really stupid. Like, obnoxiously stupid. It takes a game that would be kind of short and pads it out. And I feel like Suda's pretentious nonsense is in part driven by a need to cover up what would basically be a kind of short game. It's padding and it's dumb. And I do agree with the broader point this can turn into. So as a secondary bonus question, how many of you agree with the point me and Carson both made that you should never use bad game design to justify some sort of stupid story element in a game? Because I feel like that's pretentious and stupid. Just because it's interesting doesn't mean you should do it, and video games are one of the only mediums where you can design a game around being bad and specifically use the bad game design for story and gameplay reasons. I'm not talking about rage bait type games, even though I also think those games are also stupid. Not something like Fall Guys, where I actually think that is different, because that's a weird multiplayer designed around being kind of bad in a dumb, charming way, because everyone in the game has the same wacky nonsense. And pure rage bait stuff, like Getting Over It, those kind of rage bait games, I also think are not the worst thing, but I find those to be stupid as well. But more specifically, I'm talking about bad game design in a game that otherwise is quite normal, just for the sake of the story or some kind of stupid, pretentious argument. And I feel like this is a pretentious and stupid waste of time. It's just a tedious way to pad out the game. And a lot of people defend that shit when you shouldn't. Because I basically hate when a video game basically does this type of nonsense, where instead of engaging with the game and letting me play the story, you force me to engage with other nonsense, and I hate that. And you pad out the game, making me do stuff I don't want to do in order to do the stuff I want to do. This was my big stink with Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I also never finished because I was trying to grind, because the final level was said to basically be fucking impossible unless you grind so much over the level of everything at the end of that game. I was grinding and I just stopped playing the game, because if I'm playing certain games on my own and I find them to be obnoxious, I often stop playing certain games, and that game just wasn't fun. And I'm way off topic here, but when a game gets tedious, I feel like you have a right to stop if you're not enjoying the game. And Xenoblade Chronicles X and No More Heroes are actually very similar. No More Heroes, even in a main playthrough, I can stomach, because it's just a small amount of grinding where you do the side missions and stuff, which basically means you can choose to do the different options you have available. So you don't have to be forced into dumb odd jobs. You could do assassination missions, and those are at least generally you doing some combat. And that's at least more of the standard gameplay. The odd jobs specifically are incredibly stupid, because those were designed by Suda to be kind of tedious, to basically emulate the concept of doing dumb remedial labor in order to get to enjoyable stuff in your life, because Suda apparently was a poor teenager that had to do terrible odd jobs to afford video games and stuff. And it basically feels like his mindset is, you must suffer like I suffered, so I'm gonna make you suffer like I did when I was a teenager in my fucking video game to make some pretentious point. Because Travis is supposed to be broke, so it's forcing you to accept the reality of sometimes you need to work and do things you don't want to do to basically afford the stuff you want to do. But it's a fucking video game. You don't have to be tedious. There is no reason that the odd jobs need to exist as a mandatory thing. They could have been side events for money, and money grinding could have been for the costumes and some other side stuff, instead of oh, get money to play the damn game, because that basically pads out the game. And I feel like Suda, even if he never admits to this, knew the game would be short unless he padded out the game. And that bothers the ever-living fuck out of me. But with that basically said, I'm basically done, and I'm going to move on to the next question. So, the next question is simple and straightforward at the very least. What is your general opinion on the fight with Dr. Peace? In my opinion, I think Curson summed up the fight perfectly. It is pretty simple because he has guns, but because he has guns, he'll shoot, and when he runs out of ammo, you have an opening. But like every boss in the game, and this only gets worse from here, the bosses have way too much fucking health. And I'm playing on New Game Plus, and I still feel like they have way too much fucking health. If you were playing as the game intended on a normal 9 New Game Plus run, you would basically have way less strength. You would have a weapon that has battery, so if you ran out of battery, you would need to recharge. Blocking bullets drains your battery like a motherfucker. And that stupid tinking noise that the boss made is generally supposed to mean you're basically dealing damage that's supposed to get nullified. That tinking noise is supposed to be an artificial level of invincibility. It is supposed to be a middle finger to the player. No, you cannot fight the boss. No, you cannot hurt the boss. No, you are basically being punished for playing the game. Except the Tsubaki Mark III, that flippy-dippy bullshit you can do was bypassing the bullshit restriction of that weird pseudo-invincibility that I never fully understood anyway. If it's not full-on invincibility, it's a damage reduction, but I swear it's supposed to be invincibility. And yet I did damage anyway, which is amazing. But what I find so stupid, and I know I'm going to get comments if this video blows up and people listen to me ramble, oh, this is a skill issue. I'm complaining because I don't understand the game. And I don't understand how the boss fights are supposed to actually work. Because I know what you're going to say. It is technically possible to use the correct combination of high and low to form a combo while also using the shadow dodge to slow bosses down to get extra hits in. And if you use the shadow dodge in a correct high and low combo, you can make the bosses in the game dizzy. And if a boss is dizzy, you can use wrestling moves and do chunks of damage. And anyone complaining that the bosses have way too much health, or go on too long, or have weird iframes, are people that are just spamming attacks, except the combat in the game never encourages you to learn high and low combos except for the fucking boss fights. And that's my problem, because you don't need to engage with that in the main game except for niche applications against opponents with beam weapons and one or two other like heavier weapon types. But otherwise, you never need to use high and low combo strings. And then you get in a boss fight. And when you're in a fucking boss fight, the game expects you to use high and low combo strings to basically get the boss into a vulnerability where you can actually do fucking damage, because otherwise they have like no vulnerability, and you can make them super vulnerable. I know my wording there was kind of weird and I should have said vulnerable state, but I could word it this way to sound less weird in English. The game basically all of a sudden requires you to do weird combos in order to expose a vulnerability that lets you do wrestling moves and stuff and actually chunk the health bar, when the game never teaches you to do that shit, and the bosses are all unique. So this forces you to learn unique patterns exclusive to the boss fights in order to basically knock these fuckers out. And that's dumb, because the combat does not really ever emphasize learning dumb nuances. And I know you're also going to say, oh, except it does, because if you learn the high and low combo strings, you can actually get normal enemies to become dizzy and stuff. The game is designed around it, and if you don't notice that, you're a brainlet. But again, you don't really need it. And if you really want to do wrestling moves and stuff, you have the grab move, and you can't grab bosses, and most people playing the game never realize high and low attacks need to be strung together in order to form a coherent combo. But this question has gone on long enough, especially after following my other question. So anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But you know what? I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.